You know him as the jolly fat man in red who flies around in the sleigh and brings you presents on December 25th. And you also remember where you were when you found out that this man was merely a figment of your imagination. For many Americans, the memories of Santa Claus bring with them feelings of great joy, such as writing wish lists and leaving out milk and cookies and being good in order to obtain more Christmas joy. But for many others, the prospect of being lied to by their parents about this mythical holiday invader brings with it sorrow, grief, and much pain. I'm Colin Jones, and tonight on 6 Minutes, we'll delve deep into this question of whether or not it's good for children to believe in Santa Claus. To prelude our discussion, I met with 4 University of St. Thomas students to see whether they were saying ho 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 or ho ho hoax. My first guest was a senior seminarian named James Baxter, whose story shared anything but Christmas joy. So Jamie, I'm curious, how old were you when you found out about Santa Claus?
Colin, I was 12 years old. It was the summer after my 5th grade. I was on my family vacation in the mountains of Colorado, you know, the rocky ones. I've never been back. My dad asked that I hike ahead with him, alone. And I just remember the cloudy sky as our backdrop. Truly fitting, really. My dad looked me in the eye and he says, "Jamie, Santa Claus is not real." And Colin, I immediately inferred that neither the Tooth Fairy or the Easter Bunny was real too. And let's just say, even to this present day, I don't even know what's real. Are you here? I don't even know, man. Faith, I can't do this anymore.
But it wasn't all bad. My next guest, seminarian Cody Owens, was grateful for his experience. So Cody, I'm curious, how did you find out about Santa Claus, about the truth about him, really?
It's a good question, Colin. Wow, I remember it like it was yesterday. It's in 4th grade at New Britain Elementary. I was on the playground, the big brick wall, and Bailey Hoberty came over to me and she said, "Cody, you know there's no such thing as Santa. I asked my mom, she told me." And it was in that moment I had to make a decision. It was an act of the will. To believe or not to believe, that was the question. And I said, "No, Bailey, I believe in Santa Claus, right?" But, I was a little uncomfortable with it, so I went home and I had to test it again. I talked to my mom. I caught her doing her hair in the bathroom, and I said, "Mom, is there such a thing as Santa Claus?"
So did that experience bring about any resentment in you towards your parents for lying to you all those years?
No, actually, quite the opposite. She said no. But again, I had to make a decision, and the immediate feeling that just welled up inside of me was joy, was gratitude, shoot, I got a Nintendo 64 the Christmas before, and I was just so happy for that, and to realize my mom loved me that much that she got me that Nintendo 64. I don't know. Colin, it improved my relationship with my parents, and even greater still, it improved my faith. It gave me that ability, and now I'm a seminarian. I think I can attribute that entirely to Santa Claus. It was a good experience.
Thank you, Cody.
Absolutely, Colin. Thank you very much.
The conversation with my next guest was both tragic and moving. So Jenna, I was wondering if you could just tell me a little bit about your experience, your testimony, if you will, about finding out about Santa and how that impacted you, your childhood and your life now.
Yeah, I remember it very well. I was 9 years old. It was Christmas morning. I woke up unusually early, 7 a.m., and normally I would just keep sleeping. I would snuggle up in my Little Mermaid flannel sheets. But it was Christmas morning. So instead I ran hurriedly downstairs, ready to open gifts. When I saw the Christmas tree all lit up and It was snowing outside. And then I saw my mother coming up from the basement downstairs. She was walking upstairs with 2 department store bags full of presents. And I stopped in my tracks.
Can you describe in greater detail the grief that was going through your mind and just kind of the thoughts about that?
Everything that I knew, I had believed for so long. And in that moment, I knew that Santa wasn't real. And my mom, she tried to cover it up and make up a story, but I just knew. And from that moment on, Christmas, it's never been the same without Santa.
Nothing quite prepared me for the conversation I had with Jace Bravo. So Jace, I guess I'm curious, what was it like finding out that Santa isn't real?
Well, Santa is real. So
Wait, you think? No, he's not real at all. Santa's.
Colin,
you think he's real?
I'm afraid that you don't really know. Santa's
No,
real.
I know. He's not real.
Well, Colin, let me ask you this: who eats the cookies? I mean, the reindeer on top of the house? How do you hear that?
No. The reindeer don't fly. They're just regular animals. They just they walk. And
How do you know?
Science.
Science doesn't prove anything.
I
you know what science proves?
I think
it proves nothing.
Santa is. He's not real. He's not real.
Colin, then you're going to be telling me that the Tooth Fairy's not real, that the Easter Bunny's not real, and I see footprints walking into the house, and the door open, and eggs are everywhere.
No, these are people trying to trick you.
No, this is ridiculous.
No.
What the are you talking about? You don't even know what you're talking about, Colin. Do you know what you're talking about? You're a dream killer. That's what you are. You're a dream killer. You're a dream killer.
We'll be right back.